Welcome to Morning Momentum with Grace Simon. For those of you who are just joining for the first time, welcome. Welcome to Morning Momentum. And for those that are returning, welcome. Welcome to Morning Momentum. If you haven't subscribed already, I just invite you to subscribe, share with a friend that you know could use some encouragement. I'm here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning just to set our intention and to give a word of encouragement to all of those who have projects, have purpose, have leadership, have positions, have responsibilities. I hope I'm speaking to everyone in the crowd there today. We all have something that we're responsible for, or someone we're responsible for. And that can be, that can be a challenge sometimes when you feel like you're being pulled in different directions. Like you feel like sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled in two different directions. For women especially. Well, I shouldn't say women especially, because there's dads out there too in the same position, but more often moms are, we're the caregivers. We're the mama bears taking care of our kids, and also the responsibility of taking care of our businesses or our jobs, because if you are a two-parent household, it's a challenge for one to stay home and do it all. It really is. If you live in Canada, it's very expensive and it's very challenging to provide a life and have one parent stay home all the time. And then for those single parents that are having to do it all, you're such an inspiration, and I just don't know how you do it, because life gets so busy, doesn't it? Good morning. And so I just really I want to honor those single parents that are running and doing everything and trying to be there for your kids and providing for your home. It's really amazing, really, really amazing. This morning we're going to keep talking about growth and setting our intention. And John Maxwell says that growth doesn't just happen. And so often when I'm talking to my clients, or I'm mentoring people, and they're going into something new, I like to go back to their past experience of when they felt so successful, or when did they apply something, or when did you commit to a project or a new idea or like a new habit or rhythm. Like, when was a time in your life, and so I'm sharing with all of you, when was there a time in your life when you just felt you committed to something and you had resistance and it was uncomfortable and you didn't know how to do it, but you kept doing it until it was completed? When was there a time, that could be anything from a child, when you're a teenager, or whatever age you're at, but when was there a time in your life when you did something and you just felt so good about it, like you accomplished it, and no matter what, it was like, whew, I'm gonna do this. And when you completed it, you felt so good, like you felt so energized, you felt so confident. Do you have a time like that? I know, there was a time for me when I ran for town council. The first time I was running for town council, and I didn't know how to run a campaign. Like I knew how to do real estate campaigns. I knew how to do real estate sales. I knew how to do, attraction that way. And because I had experience, and I had good experience and good success in real estate, I applied what I really knew already to what I didn't know. And so that's why I like to take clients, backwards, or my kids, or whoever I'm, trying to encourage, and I'm encouraging you today too, that, growth doesn't just happen. It doesn't just happen. It happens by taking actions and setting an intention and taking actions onto what it is what you really want. What is it that you really want today? What is your intention today? And if it's something new that you've never done before, think about the past successes. When you started something new and you didn't know how to do it, what was the first step? What was the very first step that you took in order to take the next step? And so when I was preparing for a campaign and applying what I knew from business, from doing real estate, and applied just my systems and my habits to it, I had great success. I had really good success. I knew I was really good in front of the camera. I'm really good with interacting with people. I'm really good at energizing and, really energizing and having vision. So vision and ideas came really easily for me, what I wanted to accomplish while I was in council. So that was something that was easy for me because I'm a visionary. And so I applied my strengths, I applied what, I'm really good at to a campaign, what I've had great success then to the campaign. And that's set for you too. Whatever your intention is, whatever you want, however you want to show up for or for who, what does that look like? What does that mean for you? Where have you had success in the past that you can have success today by applying what you know in the past of what's worked that you can apply for today? What are your strengths? What are your strengths? What are you really good at? Are you really good at research? Getting details and compiling information together. Do that. Compile that information, compile that research so you can effectively deliver the project or the idea or the presentation that you have. If you're really good, you're setting out a campaign, or you're wanting to go for a leadership role or a new role, or you're wanting to even drive your family in a new way. What are your strengths? Encouragement goes a long way. Knowing how to teach people how to encourage other people. Not everybody knows how to encourage other people well. And so if that is a strength for you, and you're looking to lead a team, or you're looking to lead your family, and encouragement is a really good thing for you. Think of new ways that you can do that. How do you want to show up? How do you want to lead? How do you want to represent who you are and why you're doing what you're doing and who you're doing it for? And take past experiences of success and apply them for your steps today. Your intention and how you set your intention will really determine your actions. Today, I set my intention to be in front of my computer. I had already worked it out. My YouTube channel's all set up, and I had looked on the calendar to see what was, ahead of my day today, and everything was clear. And then my daughter sends me a text and says, "Mom, it's parent breakfast today." And I had a decision that I had to make. Was I going to sit in front of my computer and, do what I had set out for myself, or was I going to stay committed to my daughter and show up for her? And of course, being a mom and being that most precious gift that I could ever have, in that I'm showing up for her and making sure that she sees me, that she goes before everything in my day. And we have to make decisions upon that. Being a mom or a dad or a wife or a husband, that we laying down our life for another person, and that can take us away from our intention sometimes. Or does it? For me, it really still applies to my intention, that I show up confidently, boldly, and secure in who I am. Why am I doing what I'm doing? Who am I doing it for? And why does it matter? I'm showing up for my family. What do I do for them is what I'm doing for their future. And so when it means showing up for a breakfast, showing up for an event for her or for my other children, it's in alignment with who I am, why I am, and who I'm doing it for. So anyways, that is an encouragement for all of you, no matter what it is that you're doing. I hope that it helps, and I hope that you have an amazing, incredible day. Be blessed, be happy, be safe. Bye for now.